All right, joined by Jeffrey Bassa, Bo Nix. Fellas looking sharp per usual. Bo, we'll start with you here at Media Day, your first one here at the Pac-12. Last year, there was a lot of firsts. First time living in Eugene, first time ever being in Eugene when you transferred there, first time you were married, first time you suited up for this team, a lot of firsts. And now you decided to come on back and you kind of know the drill. What has it been like for you, the leader, the face of this program heading into this season?
Well, now I'm excited. I know there's great opportunity, but with great opportunity there comes a lot of, not necessarily pressure, but stuff that you got to really do and do extra. And so I'm really excited to, be that guy that people lean on and look up to. And like you said, with the first, now I can just go out there and play. I know where to go out to for warm-ups. I know where to go, for certain things. And there's not as much thinking. Now I can just go up there and play.
All right, we'll go ahead and open up things now to questions from the media. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll bring the microphone over. Please state your name and affiliation, and we'll take your question. Start here in the front left.
Kenneth Berry, Touchdowns and Tangents Network. Bo, Coach Lanning talked about how you're kind of the family babysitter and the synergy you guys have. Kind of describe that, and obviously being someone who kind of transferred and has been around longer, what advice did you give Cam when you found out he got like that 9th year of eligibility?
So your first question, Izzy and I have had the privilege of, hanging out with Coach Lanning's boys. I've got to take them to basketball practice. We've hung out a few times. We've kept them over at the house when Coach Lanning and Miss Sophia are out of town. That's just part of the connection we talk about. Coach Lanning really puts an emphasis on that. We want to be the most connected team possible. And, what's better than babysitting, his kids and making sure they're good. Because at the end of the day, they're part of the family. If they're good, then Coach Lanning's good and he can make us good. So your next question was the 9th year of eligibility. Wow. That's a long time in college. But Cam deserves it. He went through a lot of, trouble, a lot of heartache, a lot of, ups and downs. And so that's rewarding for him.
Next question is in the middle on the back row here.
Hey, Bill Oram. Wow, that's loud. Bill Oram from the Oregonian. Bo, I'm curious how leadership has changed for you from when you were a true freshman and kind of going in as straight out of high school and trying to lead a college program to now where in your 5th year you have that much experience under your belt. How has that evolved for you over the years?
Well, I think the most important thing is understanding how each individual, is capable of being led. My first year, even first 2 years, I played with a lot of older guys, and they were mostly the leaders. So I did a lot of the following and just led when somebody needed to lead. But now, as long as I've been in college, as long as I've played, the guys kind of, they look to me for certain things, and I have that pressure to be the leader, and sometimes I don't do a great job, and sometimes I have to, tell them I apologize, I'll do it better next time, but I try to meet them where they are and go exactly where they need to be, and help them with whatever they're going through, because probably I've been through it, the same thing.
4th row here on the left.
Eric Scopel, 24/7 Sports. But just I'm curious, you worked with Alex obviously a lot last year, that relationship. He's gone now, a couple guys, candidates to take over. What are your, relationships? How has this offseason been in terms of building that?
Yeah, he was a great player. He was a great leader himself. He was an unbelievable player for the program. He did a lot for the program. Now he's on to bigger and better things in the league. He's going to do a great job with whatever he does in life. But now somebody else has got to fill a void, and I'm excited to see who that person's going to be. Obviously, we have who we think is going to be, but you never know. And at the end of the day, somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to do it really well. And so I'm just excited to be on a team with so many great players.
Front left here for Coach Aliotti.
David Bassa, right? They always talk about the defense at Oregon being the redheaded stepchild. Nobody's asking you questions. So I got on the mic for that reason. Let's talk about the defense next year. No disrespect to you, Bo.
None taken.
Yeah, just a little bit about the defense next year, this coming up season. I think the defense is tremendously improved from what I've seen in spring. I think from the big boys up front to the guys in the ILB room and then the guys in the back end as well. I think the guys did a tremendous job this offseason, you know, putting weight on their body and then also just coming in with the right mindset every day, coming in ready to work. And, you know, we've all got one goal on our mind, and that's just to be the best every day. So I think the guys are taking one day at a time. And right now we're just focused on heading into camp healthy and, you know, ready to grind throughout camp.
In the back, far right.
How you doing, fellas? Anthony Morrow, New Stitch Media. In comparison to your last season, what have you worked on to get better? And as from a team aspect, what do you see from the team that you're most excited about going into next season?
Well, I'll go first and let Jeff kind of answer that too. We've been working hard on discipline and consistency. You know, ultimately as a team, we were so close last year. We want to go from good to great this year. We've talked about it a lot this offseason. We've had a lot of meetings about it, had a lot of time where we can connect and, you know, fellowship and talk about what that's exactly going to look like. But it's just going to take each individual being disciplined, being consistent, showing up, doing the extra stuff, doing what they're supposed to do, being able to be, you know, counted on and being accountable in important situations. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's ultimately going to come down to. Each individual out there has got a job to do, and if they do it, then we feel strong about our success.
Staying here on the right side.
Kevin Turner, Sun Devil Radio Network. Gentlemen, whose idea was it to outflank the competition in the Pac-12 with the uniform that you guys are wearing today? And then secondly, who decides what uniform and what combination you wear on Saturdays? Curious on the second question as well.
All right, I'll go ahead and take that first one while Bo takes the second one. So, yeah, just for today, I mean, it was kind of something that we were talking about throughout the week before, that we knew that we were both coming. So, I mean, just wanted to dress to impress in a way. So, yeah, I mean, Bo did end up getting his suit first, and then I kind of bounced back off his idea, but yeah.
So we have Kenny Farr, our EQ guy, is incredible. He's great at what he does, one of the best in the business. He selects a few people, you know, before the season to get together and collab with what we want to wear. We know our options. We put things together, and then each week, well, actually, he sends it off from there so they can have it before, so the fans and everybody knows what color to wear on the weekends. And so we get it finalized, get it passed, and then each week somebody has a chance to put it on, and they're chosen by, you know, probably Coach Lanny or somebody in the department, and they're chosen to go, you know, flash it around and put it on and you know, have the outfit of the week or whatever and show it off. So it's a special if you get picked. I got picked actually with my favorite last year, so it worked out great. It was the eggshell. Did you like it? Good. I liked it too.
Can I just ask real quick, because almost any time I tell a coach, oh, you dress nice, they say, that's my wife. So I just got to ask, you've been a year now into marriage. I think you're coming up on your 1-year anniversary. Is Izzy part of this?
Well, I told Izzy, you know, respectfully, as long as I'm capable, I will pick out my clothes. She does a great job. She helps me with certain things. I say, hey, do you think this looks nice? Whatever. But I've always really enjoyed, you know, dressing myself. I used to have to wake up and dress myself. My mom didn't put out my clothes or anything. But yes, I'm a year in. I still get to make my dressing decisions. So that's a good thing.
Jeffrey, let's talk about you on the defensive side. And, you know, Coach Aliotti, I know, wants to talk about that. For you, you have moved from safety down to linebacker. You got a bunch of experience. 7th-year player, 6th year, 5th, 4th. You've been around for a couple years now. What has that brought to this defensive front seven that also has added some new faces via freshmen and Mateo, via the transfer portal?
Yeah, no doubt. I think it adds a lot of versatility to the defense. You know, with me coming in from the linebacker room, I think I can do a lot of things that not your traditional linebacker can do. So And then also like guys like Jamal Hill coming down into the room now, coming from safety as well. And then like you mentioned, Mateo, a guy that can do a lot of things and, also drop back into coverage, but also do a good job rushing the passer as well. So I think a lot of versatility, and I think Tosh and Lanning have done a good job in, that offseason program with getting guys to fit the right narrative and the right set for what they want to do with the defense and call a whole lot of different things. So
You were all asked to read the book Good to Great. A lot of successful people have read that book. Obviously, a successful person was behind that book. What have you taken to both sides of the ball from that? What are some of the notes that have come out of the conversations from that exercise?
Yeah, I think just from like the meetings we've had with, player-led meetings, coach-led meetings, I think what we've taken from that book on the defensive side of the ball has just been, like last year we had a good defense, but it wasn't the greatest defense. And obviously we want to always improve to strive to be better every day. So that's something that we've attacked in this offseason. We like a lot of the transfer guys that have came in have seen what we did in the past year with the defense. And, they realized that, whether they've came from like Iowa or Arizona State transfers like Connor and Justin, they've came from, historic programs and, they want us to elevate from good to great.
For me, I think one thing that stuck out the most is just being vulnerable and being able to take criticism when it's passed along to you, because anybody can be good at something. It takes skill to be good, it takes work to be good, but it's hard to be great at it. Not many people are great at it. So at the end of the day, these people that are telling you what you should work on, and even yourself, you can be self-critical of yourself and go back and look in the mirror and, I got to get better at this. I got to get better at going straight back in my drop. It's making my eyes look bad or look at the wrong things. Like, I got to do this, got to do that. Being critical of yourself, those are the little things that'll take you from, reading a safety and knowing he stayed in the middle, but then knowing exactly where he was in the middle. He was 15 yards deep. I still had that pass. So those little things that you can go from, good to great in are, they're so minute, but if you find them, they make the biggest difference in the world.
Bo, I remember being up in Eugene towards the end of your guys' season and talking to Kenny Dillingham, and he was so genuinely happy for you. And he said, it's not just that he is playing well and we're winning, that's great, but like for him to be able to come here and have kind of a rebirth and a reawakening of his career, it's just been a joy to see him. I know you guys have a tight relationship, and now he's got his dream job at ASU, and we're going to talk to him in just a minute. But what was that conversation like when you found out that he was going to be leaving, and have you been able to still talk to him or see him this around?
Yeah, so, first of all, he was one of the biggest reasons I came to Oregon to begin with. He taught me so much throughout the season, about life, about football, about coverages, about offense, about scheme. But as soon as the job was open, I knew he was going to get the job. That's just what kind of person he is, what kind of coach he is. I knew his determination. He was going to go out and get it because that's his dream. And we always go after our dreams or our goals. And so I was thrilled when he told me. I couldn't have been happier. Probably the same excitement he had for me seeing me this year is the same excitement I have for him. I can't wait to beat his tail in November, though. But I'm excited about that. And, great relationship we'll have for the rest of our lives.
Did you see him over there?
Yeah, he's over there.
He's listening to every word. Love that.
Spying on us.
Yeah. No secrets here. We're going to be talking to Kenny Dillingham in just a minute. But, Bo, Jeff, I wish you guys the absolute best. We're excited to see what the Oregon Ducks are going to put on the field September 2nd. It all gets underway. So stay healthy and best of luck.
Yes, thank you so much. Go Ducks.
Thank you.